Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. They've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon, let's get to it.
Welcome to Undisputed Live from Los Angeles, everybody. Good morning, I'm Jen Hale, here with Skip Bayless and the GOAT. I think it's Shannon Sharpe.
Skip.
Good morning, guys.
Skip, how you doing?
He's going all out.
Oh, brown goat.
Somebody's
brown
excited
goat.
about this trade.
I got a question.
Yes.
Why are we celebrating Michael Jordan today? Did he do something special? Did he keep Kemba? I don't know. What did he do?
Tell me.
We're talking about the GOAT, right?
Why won't you let me have my moment?
Well, wait a second. Are we still reaching back for the same tired, lame, defunct argument that you had to give up last year? Isn't that what we...
Skip, Club Shay Shay is back open.
Oh,
now, something happened Saturday night, and you were tweeting, busy tweeting. I need you to stop tweeting on a Saturday night. You should have been taking...
I tweet every night.
You should be taking Ernestine out.
You can ask her. I tweeted from the dinner table, from the restaurant table. I tweeted 5 times, and she said, when are you going to stop?
Yes. When are you going to stop?
Yeah, when he stops. Wait, so wait a second.
Okay.
You're still trying to convince me that the king of the couch potatoes is the GOAT? He missed the playoffs.
I bet it won't miss it this year.
Oh, well, I hope not. Are you telling me that the GOAT needs help?
Skip, are you looking?
The real GOAT doesn't need any help.
You
He
see what I
never
see,
needed
Skip?
any help.
That's a Skip bringing the Larry O'Brien trophy in,
Really?
in 2020.
Really?
Oh, Skip, this right. I got you something.
Wow.
This that paramedic right here.
Really?
One hit of this, you got to call the paramedics.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Skip.
guess who's the brand name on that?
Oh, Snoop Dogg.
Snoop?
Oh, he happy
Snoop?
too.
Oh.
Skip, look at that. I got the good stuff, Jen.
You were prepared.
Skip, I don't know if you want to, got some of this good old stuff. Because Club Shay Shay is officially back open. We back in business now, Skip. I know you're disappointed about this. I'm going to sit this right here.
Did you sample any of your wares before this show
Say,
started?
the
Is all
coffee
we
cup's
need to
much
know.
more
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
No, I have some of the,
Yeah.
them old yummy gummies.
Yeah.
This will take the edge off
What
it.
do they got in them?
No, Skip, don't worry about what
Did
they
you
got in them.
grow those gummies?
They-
or
hold
what?
on.
I don't know.
They got candy in them. How
Yeah.
about that?
Okay.
Don't
More
worry about it.
sugar. Hype
You ready, Skip? I'm ready, Skip.
Well,
I'm so
you know what? I'm going to let you have your fake moment right now because this is all you're going to have. Next question.
We're going to win the title next year.
Yeah. Really?
We're winning the title next
We're
year.
going to
Who's
be talking
we?
about
The
that
Lakers.
Are you a Cowboy fan?
No, don't do this.
I don't know.
Don't do
Maybe
that, Skip.
jumping on my bandwagon.
No. Lakers. Lakers will win the title next year.
Really?
I want 50 cases of due on it right now.
Okay,
50
done.
cases.
Done.
50 cases.
50. I'm writing it
I
down.
just
50.
accepted 50 cases on
Yes.
the Lakers winning the title.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're going to be sorry,
I'm
Skip.
going to have 2 swimming pools in Bel Air.
No, you're not.
Thank you.
You're not going to have any
All
swimming
right,
pools.
here we go.
I'm getting all the dudes that I lost and all.
Okay. Well, then
I'm
you'd
down
be way
36
ahead if
cases.
They win the
So if
title
I win
this year.
50, that means I'll be up 14.
Okay, good. We got this.
Get it all back in one fell swoop. All right, let's get into that trade that Shannon is so excited about this morning. Anthony Davis finally coming to the Lakers in a
Finally.
blockbuster deal. Woj reporting this weekend the Pelicans agreed to trade AD for Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks, including the 4th overall pick in Thursday's draft. The Lakers, of course, tried to acquire AD before February's trade deadline, but the Pelicans just weren't dealing. Now, with David Griffin at the helm in New Orleans, the two sides have reached a deal. Shannon, Lakers, Pelicans, who won this trade?
Skip, I like the Lakers. I like the Lakers side of this because you understand what had to take place. Once the emotion was taken out of it, because David Griffin came in and he was not as emotionally invested, emotionally tied to this as Dale Demps and Miss Benson was previously.
That's true.
And I think one of the things that David Griffin conveyed to her is that, ma'am, we must take the best deal possible. Take the emotional side out of it. And if this presents us the best deal, in order for us to build a championship, then I think we should take it. Once he stepped back and looked at what he could gather, reports are Boston was unwilling to include Jason Tatum in any deal. Really, Skip, if you come down to it, there's really only 2 teams that were really in play. It seemed to be the Celtics and the Lakers. And the Lakers had the package. You know, Skip, that when you get a player of this caliber, and they don't come available often. We saw Kareem. Can we remember who Kareem was actually traded for? No, because he won 5 titles, and so he made it obsolete. the last player of this magnitude to become available, maybe a Shaq, but Skip, Shaq was a free agent. So they gave up no compensation. But if Shaq had been on the market, what would someone have given? What would they have been willing to forfeit in order to get his services? So for the Lakers to say, well, this is what we're going to give up, this is what we're willing to give up, because their window, Skip, is right now. Is year 17, year 18, and year 19. If LeBron James was in year 9, I would say the Lakers, you're foolish to give up this young talent. But he's not in year 9. He's going into year 17. So right now is their window. Right now is their opportunity to go maximize LeBron James. And if you get LeBron James on your roster, you maximize him. You put whatever it takes. You move heaven and earth if need be in order to surround him with the players that he's going to need to compete for a championship. I told you Friday, the odds came out, Westgate had the Golden State Warriors. I say, on what planet? Now all of a sudden they down to like 8th or 9th. Who did I tell you on Friday should be number one, Skip? And if you don't mind me asking.
Well, you told me the previous Friday and the previous Friday. You tell me every Friday they should be number one.
They are, and
Okay.
they are now. Skip, this is a very unique individual, Anthony Davis. If you look at year 6 in the league, his last full season that he played, because this year would look herky-jerky because of what transpired. He was 28, 11, 2.6. Shaquille O'Neal, 6th season in the NBA, he was 28, 11, and 2.4. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be Shaq, because you have to understand, Skip, in the 6th season, Shaq did not win the title. It was 99, 2001-2, I think, when which they won the title. So Anthony Davis also, 3 of the last 5 years, he's been first-team All-NBA. Shaq didn't become first-team All-NBA until 1998. So this is the type of talent that they're dealing with. Skip, I believe the Lakers won this talent because we needed a flower that had already blossomed. We'll let the Pelicans plant those seeds with Lonzo, with B.I., and this 4th round pick, and we'll see what they become. But right now, there's a 6'10.5" rose that's fully blossomed, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Okay, my turn. I will give you this much. I did like this trade for your Los Angeles Lakers, but I loved it for New Orleans. I'm going to give the edge here to New Orleans, even though there are a lot of variables in play, because we don't know if they're going to flip the number 4 pick into an established star or maybe just starter, or are they going to keep it and use it on whom? We don't know. So I need to have that. And there are 2 future draft picks in play that could be highly significant, but they're so far out that we can't sort of factor them into today's equation. I don't know what to do.
You like that swapping pick.
Okay, well, there are 3. There's one that could swap. We have to go all the way out to
2026.
24 and 25, maybe 26. They could defer it. It's too complicated to even talk about. But there are 2 first-round picks sitting on the back end of this deal.
Correct.
So I liked it for the Lakers simply because the laughingstock Lakers got the deal done.
Yes.
I thought they'd get it done at the trade deadline. I kept saying, I don't know what's not to like here. Dell Demps was not to like.
He was too emotionally involved.
He was. Because I'm going to assume he could have had Lonzo, B.I., Kuzma, and Zubats. And it sounded like those were on the table.
And Josh Hart.
And Josh Hart. Maybe you could throw him in if, I don't even know if they had room for Josh Hart, but you could have had him. But the number 4 pick is highly valuable, and that obviously wasn't in play yet.
I think that's what the turning point, Skip, because nobody thought the Lakers would have, because they were thinking somewhere, maybe it could be high as 6, it might be 13, but now all of a sudden it's the 4th pick.
Okay. So I like the trade for your Lakers because I believe it was, I told you this on Friday, AD or bust. It was do or die on acquiring a superstar via trade, because now I can't see how they're going to sign another superstar. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the cap has shrunk to such a point that I'm pretty sure it's going to be $23.8 million.
Yeah, it's 27, and they're going to want to sign the draft pick.
23.7, yeah.
AD is going to want his $4 million trade bonus, so that'll push it down.
By the way, that's an interesting point. Conflict of interest here.
It ain't no conflict.
Wait. AD is a Clutch Sports client.
Yes.
Let's see. that the CEO of Clutch Sports is LeBron James.
No, he's not. It's Rich Paul.
Unofficial.
Yeah,
Unofficial.
Ain't no unofficial nothing. Rich
so wait
Paul.
a second. Rich Paul represents who? His bread is buttered mostly by LeBron James, right?
No.
So why wouldn't LeBron benefit from getting AD, the quote-unquote client, to waive his $4 million trade kicker? Because it will just go right up against your cap. It will increase it to $27.7 million,
Because
right?
LeBron, hold on, Skip. I don't want you to.
So wait, AD's going to actually sabotage his own team?
Hold on.
Okay, well, I'm asking because this is highly significant right now.
Hold on. There's 2 points that I want to make. I'm going to push back on you. So LeBron James stays out of this. LeBron James is a client of Clutch Sports. That's first and foremost.
Oh, who funded Clutch Sports?
Well, don't worry about who funded.
Okay.
We got it started, but we got the ball rolling now, so it's us. It's Rich Paul and us. But anyway, Skip.
Smells funny.
It does not smell. So I just want to make sure. So for moving forward,
Yep.
a team can only have one player that's only represented by one client. You can't have multiple clients on a team represented by the same
That's
agent.
fine with me, but I'm
Okay,
just asking
okay.
why wouldn't the inferior client, because he's still
He is
inferior.
inferior
he is.
enough. No, he's not.
Why wouldn't he waive his $4 million so that the superior client could have a chance in year 17 to win one more championship?
Well, we're going to win it.
It would help.
We're going to win it in year 17 and year 18, but that's
Really?
neither here nor there.
And 18.
I see-
Neither here nor there. That's everywhere.
I see what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is
How many cases did we just bet
We
on?
got 50.
50. Could we go 100 on two in a row?
No, we got 50. No, that's no. Because sometimes unforeseen circumstances happen.
Well, you
But see,
said it.
I see what you're trying to do.
Okay.
What
I'm
you're
not trying to do anything. I'm just repeating the facts
No,
of the story.
what you're trying to sow dissension. Oh, why wouldn't the inferior client? Why wouldn't the superior client, which is LeBron James, who's the CEO of Clutch Sport?
Yep.
Why wouldn't he tell the inferior client to forego his $4 million?
Yes.
So instead of having
Yes.
23.7, we'll have 27.7.
All of a sudden, you're in the ballpark of maybe you could
No,
acquire
no.
somebody of significance.
We're not it because Rich Paul being worth every inch of that 5.947 pounds.
Okay.
Worth every grain of salt that he's getting paid
Okay.
will not allow his clients to give back money.
Okay,
That's
so
why.
you're going to give up next year's championship because I don't know who else is going to start. I like Kuzma, and by the way, I like the trade because they hung on to Kyle Kuzma. I will give you that, and he's really good at catching and shooting LeBron's passes for three-point shots.
Yes.
I give you that. They have good dynamic, good sort of
Chemistry.
It's just a good connection
Yes,
between
they
the
do.
two. Because you can just see it in Kuzma's eyes. When LeBron James passes him the basketball, he thinks he's going to make that shot. So I
Correct.
love that for you.
Okay.
But I don't love the rest of the team because, again, there was runaway trains on Twitter and all social media on Saturday night of let's go get number 2. They weren't saying number 2, but you know who I'm talking about. Or let's go get Kemba. Well, you can't get them with $23.7 million on the cap, right?
We might have to go over to the cap. But here's the thing, Skip. For me, I would rather take that money and maybe go get a J.J. Redick.
Okay.
Maybe go get a Jeremy Lamb. Start to fill in those pieces.
Okay, you're going to fill in those pieces around 2 stars, not 3 stars.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's going to bring you back to earth. So
No,
let
it's
me.
not.
Yes, it will, because you're not going to get the significant over-the-top free agent where you're going to have a super team.
No.
You don't have a super team.
We don't need a super team.
You got
We got 2 of the top 5
you
players
got
in
an
the NBA.
aging superstar in year 17
Yeah.
who pulled his groin or whatever he
Yeah.
pulled last year, and he missed a whole bunch of games, and he went 28 and 27 in the games he started.
And we saw a guy, okay, he pulled his groin after going to 8 straight NBA finals. And we saw what happened to 2 guys. We saw what happened to a guy that went to 3 straight and what happened to him. And another guy that went to 5 straight and what happened to him. My guy went to 8 straight and he tweaked his groin, but he'll be healthy as ever in 2019.
Can he stay healthy as ever in 2019?
We're gonna find out.
We're certainly going to find out.
But hold on, would you rather them take that $27 million, let's just say for the sake of argument, just for this hypothetical, I'll say AD foregoes his $4 million. Now they have $32 million. Would you rather them have another superstar at $30 million or 3 or 4 players that you can build out the roster with for that $32 million?
Well, I don't know. I think I'd rather have a star and then just mix and match with whatever I had left on minimums, just minimum contracts. If you told me they went and got number 2 or,
we get
even
number 2, it's over.
Jimmy Butler,
Well, I don't think the commissioner will allow that. I don't think
Why
I don't
not?
think Adam Silver will allow
he
that.
would too.
No, he wouldn't
Come
allow it.
on.
Skip.
We allowed Kevin Durant to go to Golden State.
But Skip, LeBron James, Kawhi, and Anthony Davis.
So It wouldn't be over.
Oh, what you mean it wouldn't be over?
Well, one guy's
75 and
one guy's
7.
over the hill.
75 and 7. That would be the record.
75 and 7. Could we bet like 1,000 cases to do on that?
If we got Kawhi.
Yeah.
No, but because Kawhi gonna need load management. LeBron's gonna take a night here or there.
Yeah.
So no.
If you had those three with Anthony Davis, you'd have 3 guys with questionable basketball backbones.
You know what?
Three.
You ought to stop.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that in just a minute. Let me finish on your Pelicans because you covered the Pelicans. Think of what they just got. They got a 21-year-old who I've told you from the start is going to be a star. And he just got out from under his father and Magic Johnson's legacy.
I can't tell.
And the laughingstock Lakers and his hometown. And he gets to start fresh in New Orleans unless they flip him with the pick to somewhere else. But wherever he goes, he's going to become a transcendent star.
No, he's not.
He's 21 years of age, and he will come back to haunt those colors you're wearing right now. Laker Nation will be haunted by him from here on out unless LeBron and AD can win the championship next year. That's the only way you can invalidate Lonzo Ball. That's the only way.
No, well, but here, Skip, that's the way you invalidate any trade, is that do you know who actually went to San Antonio for Kawhi? Because Kawhi made it obsolete. He, by winning the title, it doesn't matter about DeRozan. It doesn't matter about Portal. It doesn't matter about the 28th or the 29th or the 30th. It doesn't matter about any of that because he canceled it out. If AD brings that title to the Lakers, it doesn't matter what they do. Mission accomplished.
Okay. Then New Orleans also acquired another 21-year-old who got his fire lit last year by Magic Johnson. I don't know, Brandon Ingram suddenly just caught fire. He had 4 games in a stretch over 30 a game. He had some huge games. He had 36 against Philadelphia, 31 against a really good Milwaukee defensive team. And I saw flashes of stardom from Brandon Ingram, and now he's in New Orleans. You like that?
But that's the problem, though, Skip. You keep seeing flashes. At some point in time, when a flashlight keep flashing in and out, it's telling you the battery's about to die.
Really?
So
you think his batteries are about to die?
I need something to shine all the time.
And by the way, they have had injury risks, obviously, and issues, the 2 21-year-olds. But Brandon Ingram reportedly is 100% healed from his blood clot issue. And what did LeVar Ball, what did he sit right here and tell us about the Lakers? He kept saying, I don't like the way they're training. They're training methods.
They got rid of him.
Okay, they fired the trainer. Okay, so I would say starting over in New Orleans is going to be really good for Lonzo Ball. I will bet you he will stay far healthier next year.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, Lonzo Ball has been in the league for 2 years. 82 and 82 is 164, if my math serves me correct, Jen. I wasn't a mathematician or anything, so I'm not Benjamin Banneker or Einstein, so sometimes my math figures come and go. Lonzo Ball has played 99 games in 2 years. Now, if the max you can play is 164, you play 99, Skip, you tell me right off the top of your head how many games has he missed?
The trainer got fired. That's all you need to know. That invalidates your argument.
So we're going to put everything on the trainer.
Yep, we are. He just got fired.
Okay.
And LeVar predicted it. And he predicts a lot of things, and we're going to talk about a lot of other LeVar predictions in just a moment here. But the point is, New Orleans also got the number 4 overall pick, which seems to be growing in value. So they could flip that. I don't know. There are lots of runaway speculating stories about Lauri Markkanen of the Bulls, who's a 7-footer who can really shoot.
I like his game.
He can shoot threes. He shot 36% from three, 19 and 9.
And his favorite player is who, Skip?
I don't know.
You do know.
Well, it's
LeBron James.
It's every kid's favorite player, but the problem with these 2 stud Laker kids is...
Oh, now they studs.
Yeah, LeBron burned the bridge to both of them.
Now they studs.
Yeah. I don't know how Kuzma... They must be looking side-eyed at Kuzma right now. Oh, you're going to stay with the guy who wanted to trade you last year.
Skip.
You like that?
What does that tell you? Okay, Lonzo and Kuz came in the same draft. B.I. came in a year earlier.
Yeah.
And the Lakers said, okay, we got no problem, but we want to hold on to Kuz. So what does that tell you? From what they've seen over the last 2 years, the guy that's shown the most improvement and the most potential to be what they think he can be is Kyle Kuzma. That's how he's there.
But the report was they just liked him because he was more of a Laker than the other 2 kids. He bought in. He was more face of the franchise. He represented them well. And apparently he got right over LeBron wanting to trade him, so they wanted to keep him. So I will give you that.
So that's what you want. You want somebody that got that kind of mindset. You keep talking about backbone. I can't tell because the other two that you mentioned, the reports, they didn't get over it.
Interesting. So the New Orleans Pelicans will be must-see TV next year because obviously they're going to take Zion #1 overall. And I just have a sneaking suspicion that Julius Randle, who did opt out of his $9 million, he might opt back in for 15 or 18 million.
Oh, no. He want more than that. He want more than that.
He might want to be with the winner.
No, he don't. He want to be with that money.
All of a sudden, it would be all the ex-Lakers because Julius Randle was 7th overall in 2014, and then B.I. was 2nd overall in 2016. Alonzo was 2nd overall in 2017, and Josh Hart was a first-round pick. He was 30th overall. I didn't even throw him in, but he's just a gutty basketball player.
I like his game.
He just plays basketball.
He's
a Nova kid who knows how to play. He's a little older than the other two, but I like him as a guts and glue guy. So, and you throw the 2 future picks on top, that's quite a haul.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, Lonzo, B.I., that 4th pick, Josh Hart, which one of those guys is going to play better defense than Anthony Davis?
Better defense? Oh, how about Lonzo Ball? How about right now, New Orleans just might have the best defensive backcourt in all of basketball with Drew Holiday and Lonzo Ball. Boom! Gotcha.
One guy
at his position, he plays at least as big as the other guy plays at his position. At least as big.
One guy shoots 43% from the free throw line for a career, and he shot 29% from the three-point line. Can I interest you in that?
So far, he shot 42% from the three-point line at UCLA.
Oh, no. You told me we don't go back. You told me the farthest we can go back is 1 year. When we
needs to get out from under Dad and Magic.
We're going to talk about Dad in a few minutes, so how can he?
He's going to have a big fresh start.
So you're telling me Lonzo Ball, defensively, is the equivalent of Anthony Davis. Is that what you're telling me?
I did. At his position, he will be. You better believe. He already has been.
No.
He already has been. He is a shutdown perimeter defender.
Skip, you do realize that Anthony Davis is a 26, 12, and 2.5 for a career.
What have I told you about Anthony Davis since the show started? What have I told you?
I hope you tell me.
He's not a difference maker. He is a PER prince. He's been top 4 times. He won it 1 time. And New Orleans' record over all those years, of 7 years, was 216 and 250. New Orleans' playoff record with Anthony Davis, the game changer, was 5-8. Not good enough. Something missing in there.
Okay, so he's
a complimentary star. So now he's not a closer. LeBron's obviously not a closer because he couldn't close at all last year. Who's your closer? Help me out.
I'll make sure I'm recording this. Are you telling me that Zion Williamson would be a better NBA player than Anthony Davis?
Yeah. It's going to take a while.
Yeah. How much while we got?
Anthony Davis a while.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. He got hurt his rookie year.
I told you this. I've been on the record consistently about this. Complimentary star. I think he'll be a good fit with LeBron, but the two of them together, they need an alpha. They need a closer. They need a guts guy. They need a Vanvleet.
My guy knows what it takes to win. What has Zion won? What did Zion win? Because my guy won the national championship as a true freshman.
Which guy are you talking about?
AD.
Oh, now you got a new guy.
AD. Oh,
I thought you meant that guy.
Oh, well, you already know what this guy represents. He the GOAT.
3-6
He
in
the GOAT.
Finals.
He GOAT man. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would be 2-7 if
Ray Allen. Don't do that.
GOAT man.
Now everybody want to talk about, KD got injured. Clay got injured. But I didn't hear that energy when Kyrie got injured. When Kevin Love got energy. I didn't hear none of that energy that they're talking now.
And then what happened? He lost.
Okay.
He came up small.
The same thing happened to Steph Curry. He lost.
Okay, we're not talking about Steph Curry.
GOAT man.
You know what? You are gloat man. That's who you are. Yeah. You're a gloat man. Gloat man.
Yeah, that's me.
Premature.
No.
Important to note while we're talking about injuries, the Pelicans did bring in Aaron Nelson, a renowned longtime athletic trainer for the Phoenix Suns. He's going to revamp that program.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll see what difference that makes.
Kaboom.
Those guys on the court next season.
Well, they need to bring in LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
We got to leave this one here because we got much more to talk about. LeVar Ball, he had a strong take on this trade. We're going to show it to you up next. All right, so obviously the Lakers need to say goodbye to Lonzo Ball because of that blockbuster Anthony Davis trade. Lonzo's 2 seasons in LA certainly made a lot of headlines. So many of them, though, were about his dad. No surprise here, LeVar not happy when asked about the deal. Take a listen.
Like I say again, it'll be the worst move the Lakers ever did in their life, and they'll never win another championship. Guaranteed.
Are they going to regret the trade?
They're going to regret it. I'm going to have fun with it. Because I told y'all it was crashing down. Now it completely crashed, but at least my son got off the boat before the thing exploded. I gave him a chance. You can rewind it and go back. And I said, if you get the 3 Ball brothers, you're going to survive this. You let them go, boy, it's going to be a cold day in hell.
Well, you never wonder where LeVar Ball stands. I'll say that. Shannon, what did you make of this?
He's upset, and this is the response that we expected from LeVar Ball. I don't understand why he's upset, Skip. Remember when he was out here and we tried to explain to him why Lonzo would be upset that someone took $1.5 million. Well, he still has his family.
Oh, he stole it.
He stole the money from him. And LeVar was like, I tried to explain to him, there is no reason to have emotion. There's no reason to be upset. So I'm trying to figure out if Lonzo still has his family, he's still balling, he still can eat, why is LeVar upset? Oh, okay, it sounded good. Oh, I'm hard, I don't have emotion. Skip, this is natural. I'm not surprised that he's disappointed that his son is traded, but the way he viewed his son was irrationally high. The way the Lakers viewed his son is expendable.
Okay.
That's why he was included in the trade. That's why his name always came up. Now, that might be twofold, Skip. Maybe every time they would broach the subject, maybe some other team says, we want Lonzo. That's a good thing. But it's also the Lakers had no problem, gave them no pushback. They never said one time, nah, Lonzo will not be included in any trades. They was willingly glad to give him up. Skip, the thing is, let's be real. Lonzo is a flawed offensive player currently. His ability to shoot free throws, his ability to consistently make outside shots, make him a very flawed player. Now, those are things that maybe over time you work and you can get better at. I never understood his dad telling us, oh, I can teach Lonzo how to be an 85% free throw shooter. Well, why the hell don't you? I can teach him how to be this good a three-pointer. Well, then why don't you? Well, I ain't helping Luke. Skip, that made no sense to me. But you and I both know from the very beginning, he said a lot of things, and I'm not so sure that if his name was Lonzo Johnson, he'd win the number 2 pick in the draft. But his dad hyped him up. His dad wrote checks that Lonzo at this present time can't cash, and he was included in the trade. But the response that we got from LeVar is what we expected to get from LeVar. I just wish, hopefully, Lonzo gets healthy, he finds his niche, and he plays to the level that you think he can play.
He will. Before I address each of the points LeVar made in this interview, I want to go big picture. Saturday, you will look back and say, was the best day of Lonzo Ball's life because it did set him free from the most pressure and expectation that has ever been overheaped on any 18-year-old ever coming out of college. I realize LeBron had a lot of pressure on him, but it wasn't like this pressure because he didn't have a hype man, a hype artist saying he's immediately going to be better than Steph Curry or whoever you want to throw out there.
He's better than Russ.
Yeah, everybody. And the target on this kid's back, and he's a good kid. I think he has a toughness to him, but I think he got completely overwhelmed by Magic Johnson saying one day number 2 will be raised, and this is the good number 2, that Lonzo's number 2 will be raised into the Laker rafters.
So Lonzo
that was
had
at the
two
press
hype men.
conference, I'd say, because that's if Magic Johnson puts that target on your back, and then your father is just hyping and like crazy hyping, like insanely hyping you to the point that Patrick Beverley on opening night just destroys the poor kid and keeps pointing to the father in the stands. It's your fault. This is about you, LeVar.
Yes.
Well, how do you overcome that as a rookie point guard? Point guard's the hardest position to learn, to transition to,
Right.
and to have that burden on your back every night and then try to learn how to play with LeBron. They're not a great fit. I thought they played
blended
together
quite well,
pretty
though.
well, but again, they play the same position. LeBron is at his best, at his greatest, when he is bringing the ball up the floor and orchestrating. He was born to do that. He's still the best passer in basketball. He's still the best three-point passer to snipers and marksmen, and they didn't have many last year, obviously. But any. Well, Kuzma would make some occasionally, and then KCP would make some occasionally, and then they get Reggie Bullock, and he made a couple here and there. I don't know, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be or you thought it was going to be. But again, that was untapped potential of LeBron last year because he can see over a defense at 6'9" and throw skip passes completely across to wide open snipers. That's how they played in Cleveland. They weren't able to do that.
And Miami.
Okay? And in Miami. So again, Lonzo, LeBron, not the best mix, but they're both so high IQ that they figured it out together.
Right.
And I think they kind of vibed off each other and enjoyed playing.
Right.
And I'm going to say this again. Lonzo made some big threes last year.
He did.
Under clutch pressure, when you got to make it, he's good at got to make it threes. Okay, so now, the one thing I've learned about LeVar Ball, you can laugh and scoff all you want, but it's hard to know when the bluster stops and the insight starts because there is some insight from him, and he has made predictions sitting right here on this show that made you just open your eyes, such as, well, Magic's just the figurehead now.
Right.
He is? We said that, 3 months ago on the show?
Before it actually proven to be true.
It was proven to be true. Well, so are there things in here that might be close to the truth, if not the truth? Yeah, because LeVar he's a shrewd operator, but he has depth to him. And if you will listen, if you can cut through all the BS part and get to the truth, there's a lot of truth. Now, is he just mad that his son got traded out from under him?
Yeah.
And again, the biggest impact that my biggest takeaway from this interview is now Lonzo gets to go all the way. I don't know how far is New Orleans from here? Is it 2,000 miles? I don't know, 1,500 miles?
4-hour plane ride.
Okay, 4-hour plane ride from here. It's a long ways from here. Well, now, will LeVar be at as many Lonzo games next year as he would be in L.A.? No. And maybe it'll be good for the kid just to break free and get out from under it. And it's not his hometown per se, but it's his home area, Chino Hills, just outside of L.A. Get out from under this. There's no more magic. There's no more pressure. You can start fresh. I like Alvin Gentry. I think he's good with kids. He'll teach him a lot of things that he hasn't quite learned yet. So, again, my biggest takeaway, I think LeVar is onto something here. I think the Lakers will forever regret trading this kid. And again, if you prove me wrong, if they win a championship in the next 2 years, because I think 2 is all, even you agree, that's all that LeBron's got left at an MVP caliber level. 2 more good years.
To be a top 10 player at year, Skip, because you're 17, 18, to be even a top 10 player at year 19, Skip, that would be unprecedented.
Yep. Hey, this kid is gifted. He's got things you can't coach, you can't teach, and you're going to see them more fully realized now in New Orleans.
If you don't mind me asking, I'll ask you the same thing I would ask LeVar Ball if he was sitting here. Are the Lakers better on Saturday, or were they better on Friday?
Well, obviously, right here and now, if you add a proven star like Anthony Davis, you're a little bit better.
So what's he complaining about? So what's the hullabaloo about?
Okay.
Because he's talking crazy.
Okay. He's saying that they have completely crashed, and as an organization, I think they have completely crashed.
No, they were headed full speed ahead.
Okay.
But I think there's somebody right at the wheel. I don't know who's driving. I don't know if it's Linda Rambers, if it's Kurt Rambers, if it's Jeannie Buss, if it's Rob Pelinka. But all I know is somebody corrected it. They didn't overcorrect it because sometimes, Skip, you're skidding off the road. I don't know if you've ever been to driving class, but they say never jerk the wheel, never snatch it. You ease. I gotta handle that thing. Shannon Sharpe would drive a car. That's Skip. What? But anyway, somebody didn't overcorrect it because they could have overcorrected it and the same outcome would have happened. They corrected it just enough. They landed Anthony Davis. Even if he takes this $4 million trade exception, Skip, they still have $23 million. You can buy a lot of good auxiliary pieces with 20. Because look here, you keep saying 3 guys, you need 3 superstars. Nuh-uh. Toronto just told you that you didn't. The Toronto Raptors just showed you. You get your 1 superstar and you get some role players to play exceptionally well in a given game, you can bring home the title. Not only do we have 1 superstar, we got 2. I believe we have 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA currently going.
Kyle Lowry made 5 All-Star teams.
Is he a superstar?
Gasol is the defensive player of the year and an All-Star.
Is he a superstar? No, he's not. Kyle Lowry, let me ask you a question. Would you take Kyle Lowry with a top 15 or a top 20 pick right now? Sure. All the NBA players.
Sure.
Skip said he stopped playing.
Absolutely.
Skip.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry?
He's not going top 20.
Yes, he would.
No, he would not.
What do you mean if you put him in the draft right now?
If you said, okay, here are 400 NBA players.
Oh, I thought you meant if you put him in today's...
No. I'm saying here's 400 NBA players currently playing. Take your pick. Go.
15, I don't know. I'd have to put the pencil to that one. I have to figure it out. Top 30? He'd go somewhere
No, I'm
there.
top 20.
Hey, he's a 5-time All-Star. It's hard to find those.
You know he wasn't, Skip, because guess what? He was the last player. Remember the NBA draft? Who was the last player selected? The only 24. Who was the last player selected, Skip?
When?
This year, when they divvied up teams. LeBron James was the leading vote getter in one conference, and Antetokounmpo, Greek Freak, was the leading vote getter.
Okay.
Who was the last player selected?
I can't remember, but how many total All-Stars are there?
There are 24.
Okay,
and
so
if he was last, what'd that tell you, Gene?
that he could be top 24. That's pretty
I said
great.
Top 20.
Yeah. Well, 24, 20, okay.
No. So is he, hold on. Everybody that gets to the All-Star game are not superstars. Is he a superstar? You can be a star without put that super in front. Those two guys, that one with the Nola, scratch that. From moving forward, I don't want to see Anthony Davis in anything Pelican. Nola, Nolans, New Orleans, Zatarans, nothing.
Okay.
Laker gear only.
Okay. And I also need to point out that LeVar Ball was completely correct. He saw this from the start, as did I. Luke Walton never bought into Lonzo Ball. I don't know if he felt it was forced on him, if he didn't like the hype, but right away, what did I keep coming in here pounding the desk about? That Luke would play him for 5 minutes and sit him until 5 minutes were left in the half.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Skip,
okay?
I will concede
and
that
LeVar kept saying, we got to get Luke out of there.
Right.
And guess what? They got Luke out.
Well, it was not soon enough.
Okay.
They've been trying to get Luke out for a minute.
Okay.
Skip, the problem that I struggle with Lonzo and what Lonzo struggled with, as long as the game can get up and down, he's fine.
Yep.
He struggles when you get the game into a half-court set. And the great point guards, Magic was Showtime, but Magic could run the offense also in the half-court set. So could Isaiah. So could Stockton. So that's where Lonzo's going to have to revamp his game or to pick up his game, is that because I don't care how great you are, how much you want to get up and down, teams will slow you down. Teams will make you play a half-court set. And then, can he do what he needs to get done? And that's where we see him struggle. But right now, I like to think the Lakers won this trade, and so will you.
Well, I think it had to be because the last LeVar quote in this story that I read is about LeBron James. He doesn't actually say his name, but he says, and once you don't believe in him, meaning LeBron doesn't believe in Lonzo because he wanted to trade him at the deadline, then it's hard to come back and be like, oh, you believe in me now. Well, so the bridge got burned, and I think it got burned to Brandon Ingram.
Mike Shanahan tried to trade me twice.
Okay.
Twice, Jen.
But you weren't as big a star as these guys.
Well, I was just an all-pro. I just was an all-pro, three-time all-pro.
Yeah,
We'd never trade you on this show, though,
Yeah,
Shannon,
no.
so don't worry. But you can exhale now.
You tried
You're safe.
You got Anthony Davis, and you tried to trade me for who? You got AD.
That's a good question. I just want to trade your goat mask. That's all.
No, Skip, leave it go.
Trade it. I'm going to put it on eBay today.
Skip, leave it go,
It'll
man.
go for a big...
No.
I thought it was a great way to start the show on a Monday
It's
morning.
gonna be on the
Little
parade
comic
next
relief.
Well, you haven't been here that long. So.
That's true.
Are we going to the
know.
parade? Can we do the show for the parade next
Which
year?
parade?
You know which
Oh, I
parade.
thought
the
you meant
Lakers-
We got to
going to
move
the
on,
Raptors
guys.
parade.
Lots more to get to this morning, including should the Lakers now be the favorites to win it all? We're going to break that one down up next.
No mercy.
Hey guys, Jenny Taft here with a quick word from one of our sponsors, Hims, a new wellness brand for men. Did you know that 66% of men lose their hair by age 35? The problem is, when you start to notice hair loss, it's actually too late. Here's the thing, it's easier to keep the hair you have than to replace the hair you've lost. So, do you want a bald spot to pop up, or do you want to do something about it first? Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Check out forhims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. These are prescription solutions backed by science. With Hims, there's no waiting room, no awkward in-person doctor visits. It's so easy, and you can save hours by going to forhims.com. Once there, answer a few quick questions and a doctor will review and can prescribe you products that are shipped directly to your door. Order now. Undisputed listeners get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now, while supplies last. See website for full details and safety information. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/undisputed. That's FORHIMS.com/undisputed. forhims.com/undisputed. Now, back to the show.
No mercy.
Kind of funny what happens to your championship odds when you add a 6-time All-Star. The Lakers, now the favorites to win next year's title after agreeing to trade for Anthony Davis. They reportedly have interest in adding another star, maybe Kawhi, Kyrie, or Kemba. But they'll only have room for another max contract if they wait until July 30th to make this AD trade official. Bucks, Clippers, and Rockets are behind the Lakers with the best title odds. We are joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
All right, should the Lakers be the favorite right now? You agree with this?
At this point, unquestionable. Like, who else? I mean, with
My
what?
turn?
No, it's not your turn. No,
With
it's not
what
your
we
turn.
know right now, you're not obviously Golden State with the injuries. You're not favoring them. The Clippers or the Raptors, a lot of that depends on what does Kawhi do? Does he go to one of those two teams? Then they could maybe jump up. Milwaukee, Chris Middleton's a free agent. Brooke Lopez, Malcolm Brogdon.
Mirotic.
And Giannis, as good as he is, I still think he might have another season of taking his lumps before he's ready to win a championship. Work on that, Jay, a little bit more. Philadelphia, we don't know about Butler and Tobias Harris, but I'm taking LeBron and AD any day, every day, all day over Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. All right.
All day, every
And
day.
then Houston, they're having all sorts of problems. We know that. The coaching staff is new, besides Mike D'Antoni. James Harden and Chris Paul are
Already
butting
butting
heads.
heads.
So right now, this moment, I'm going with the Lakers. You mentioned it. What they do this summer is going to largely depend on if they can push this trade back to July 30th, then
But
they
won't
can
be
have
able
close
to
to
do that. I don't know why New Orleans would go along with
Even,
that.
you know what?
It helps New Orleans. It does give New Orleans more cap space, too.
Yeah.
But
I
they
hear you.
They need to figure out the fourth pick right here, right now.
Well, and then I believe if they trade that, then the other team that has the fourth pick has something to say about it, too. So it's a long shot. You're right. Let's say that happened. My number one goal, if I were the Lakers, if I get the max space, Skip, which I agree with you, they probably won't, I would go for Kawhi. And I think that's a long shot, but I have heard that if LeBron if LeBron got AD, that Kawhi would seriously consider the Lakers.
Okay,
Can you
wait a
imagine
second.
that?
We have the guy across the table from me already going on the record on this show today that the commissioner would kill that deal. He would not
gotta kill that.
allow
He
it.
gotta-
No, it'd be Golden State. I mean, he let Golden State happen.
I
Right?
told him that.
But Golden State is one thing. But you got 3 of the top 5 players.
I mean, look, it would be what we just think we got a little parity, right? With Golden State kind of breaking up. No, this would be ridiculous.
Yes.
I don't care
Wait,
who
one guy's like
the other.
43 years old. No?
Well, that's the other thing. He's coming back with a vengeance. He's heard all the talk
Heard
about
it.
you just want to
From
make
you.
movies.
From you.
You just want to, hang out in L.A. You don't want to win championships.
Yep.
He's coming back with a vengeance. And since load management is the new thing, there'll be some load management there. He'll be ready for the playoffs. But I do
By the
want
way,
to say,
I'm calling baloney, LeBron, if you're watching right now. I'm calling baloney on you're coming back with a vengeance.
really?
I'm calling
So not a
baloney.
great season for
Baloney.
LeBron. I just might. I'm not doing it right now. He might be my preseason MVP.
Oh,
Maybe.
Where'd you hear
Maybe.
from?
We got LeVar Ball here.
Maybe. But here's something smarter than, because again, I don't think they're getting Kawhi. Kyrie, I mean, if he wants to come, I don't think he will. I don't think that's a long shot. If he wants to come, I wouldn't turn him down.
Now
But
you're to the point of, we might or might
well,
not.
because here's the thing. I think it might be wiser to use that money to get a few guys. How about Pat Beverly? Patrick Beverly
about it?
will be right near the top of my list.
Okay.
You need some guards. He can shoot it. We know what
Jeremy Lamb, guys like that.
Jeremy Lamb, Brooke Lopez, Bojan Bogdanovic. I don't know if he might be too expensive.
I
Marcus
like
Morris.
him a lot, by the way.
Bogdanovic,
Oh,
right?
Oh, he
I mean,
can play.
he's tough.
I
So
got him on my list. I got Reddick, Seth Curry,
Steph Curry, that's another one. You're right.
Bogdanovich. I got all that skill.
Like
Let's
that
just do
might
away
be
with
wise.
the cap. Let's just do away with it and let the Lakers let the Lakers be the only uncapped team. You can have all those guys. You can have no roster limit. You can have like 30 guys on your team. How about it?
I don't even want to go. Let you go. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
They got to be the favorite, Skip. You know it.
Go ahead.
At least right now.
So my friend Chris Broussard says unquestionably they should be the favorite. And I've got them, if I do best case scenario for every team in the West, I got them the fourth best team in the West. In the West.
Skip.
Start it. Let's start it. Okay, let's go back to Golden State, shall we?
Yes.
What if they, obviously they're going to have Steph and Clay. What if they do re-sign DeMarcus Cousins? He's pretty good. We saw flashes of brilliance from him in the finals. I think they will.
Okay.
And what if Clay has got that Adrian Peterson gene in him? Because I've seen it on the court. Yeah. What if he gets back by, I don't know, February, March, and then he's ready for the playoffs? I'm doing best case for each team. What if those four guys are healthy enough to go in the playoffs? You don't think that's a formidable force right there?
It is.
It still is. I'm sorry, it is, and you're getting scared. I'm watching you.
I just want you to tell me the guy.
They're not going away.
I just want you to tell me the guy that's going to do something with AD and Bron. Which one of those guys? A banged up, a guy with a knee brace on and Clay, or a guy that can't jump over a paperclip and Boogie Cousins?
You don't think DeMarcus can handle AD? They're pretty close. You don't think they practice against each other a whole lot?
They would have the chemistry. There's no question they'd have the chemistry advantage. If Clay's healthy,
okay, all
they're
right.
going
Now,
to be there.
There's one guy in this league I've learned for many, many years not to bet against, and his name is Jerry West, and he is now overseeing the team next door to the Lakers, the Clippers. And I don't know what they're going to do, but they do have 2 max slots. What if number 2 does join them? Mm-hmm. And then what if, I don't know, let's throw in Jimmy Butler? I don't know. And all of a sudden you still have Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell and that kid, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is just
Gallinari. Go throw Gallinari in there.
And Landry Shamet, who I've really liked. I liked him when he was a Sixer. All of a sudden I'm saying that team's a little better than the Lakers are.
See what you're doing, Skip?
I'm not doing anything.
No. You say if they got 2 max slots.
They do.
Our guys wake up in Lakers uniform this morning. We don't got to hope nothing.
Okay.
We got them.
Okay, but they got 2 max slots, and they got the best owner in the NBA, the deepest pocket owner.
They got the wealthiest owner in the NBA.
Okay.
But guess what, Skip? They got to hope. We wake up at the breakfast table, and guess who we see? We see AD over there. We see LeBron over there. We ain't got to hope nothing.
And we see Kuzma over there, and then we see a bunch of empty slots everywhere, right?
Okay.
Look, we don't know how to fill them.
Okay, what you going to do with the Clippers?
Okay.
So you say Shai Alexander and all these guys?
Yeah.
Because you don't have Kawhi. You don't have Jimmy Buckets. You don't have anybody.
Well, I'm just saying, what if I'm doing best case for each team? They're going to sign a couple of guys. Want to bet?
They have to let somebody go, I think, to get that full second max.
All right. Whatever.
I think they'll get one.
Okay. And then let's go to the Houston Rockets, shall we?
Yeah, we shall.
Because all of a sudden, everything opened. Everything changed when Kevin Durant went down for a whole year. Everybody's door reopened. The Houston Rockets' door has reopened for one last hurrah. And after all the huff and puff, and I'm going to blow this house down from their GM, Daryl Morey, why wouldn't he just sit back and say, okay, we were still pretty good with these guys. Let's just put it back together. Let's just keep the band together for one last run. So you got James Harden and Chris Paul. I know they were bickering as they walked off the floor after their big home closeout loss. But if you keep Capella and Eric Gordon and P.J. Tucker and you re-sign Gerald Green and Austin Rivers, I still like that team.
They'll probably stay together.
Okay.
They'll probably, because Chris Paul, you can't trade him, with that contract.
3 years at 120.
But I don't.
Well,
that
help me
team,
out. I don't know.
I question them up here. You can't up here. They got some issues.
Didn't you just see Draymond Green eat Capella?
Yeah. I did.
Like Southerners eat
but I'm just saying.
at a fish fry. Ain't him up. What you think AD gonna do to Capella?
Okay, well, I didn't say they're going to win the West, but I got them being a little better than the Lakers right now. Now.
Stop it. Stop playing, Skip.
Well, they're another one. You can look around and say, who we got right now? They're all there.
All there. And look at it was a mess. Yeah. And couldn't beat Golden State without KD on your home court.
Well, who can beat that team except
Toronto did.
Toronto finally did. Yeah, because Clay kept getting hurt. It was just simple as that.
So what is he now? Is he all of a sudden is he healthy now?
That's the $1 million.
We got 2 guys, Skip Bayless, of the top 5 in 400 players in the NBA. We got 2 of the top 5, and they sitting at the table right now.
Okay. And I'm not going to write off the Denver Nuggets because I think they're a loaded young basketball team, and they will get nothing but a little better.
And watch
a little
how
better and a little better.
And watch how we diffuse them. Take it right up off of.
4th seed.
Yep.
Take it right up off.
I got you 4th right now.
Number 1.
And listen, you can say all you want about Embiid and Ben Simmons. They are 2 nuclear weapons. If they are healthy and right, they can do damage.
Ben, you know that he better be in the gym right now.
One guy can't shoot.
We speak.
One guy can't shoot from me to the camera guy, and the other guy can't stay healthy. He got stomach issues. The only person I've seen with more stomach issues than Embiid is a baby. You know they have. He got more problems than a baby with his stomach here, Bayless, and you know that. So see, you keep saying if they're right and if they're healthy, guess what, Chris? We wake up in the morning and 23 and 21. I don't know, but AD gonna get his boy jersey this week.
And I'm telling you, that number 23 is
He on a mission.
hardcore.
I'm skip.
Who says? Maverick?
No. How about this?
Rich Paul is screaming it
Rich
from the
Paul's
mountaintop.
screaming it. Well, he is.
No.
He is.
He is, but
Okay,
knowing
he is, and
LeBron, knowing
I got
his
it.
character,
I got it.
you know that.
Okay.
How about this? You will take it from me? I may or may not have. There's a possibility.
There's a possibility you DM'd with him.
Don't worry about
And
all
he
that.
said, Shannon, I'm coming back with a capital vengeance.
Is that- hold
and
on.
you swallowed it whole.
Let me ask you a question. Is that communication? Is that communication?
Yes.
Okay. I may or may not have had communication with Anthony Davis.
All right.
That's a possibility. I don't know.
Oh, with Anthony Davis also. And he's coming back with a vengeance.
Oh, he's
too,
on a
I guess.
mission.
Oh, he's on a
A
mission.
mission.
Yep.
Title.
You know, I talked to one NBA source that I've known for a long time, and you know what he told me about Anthony Davis? He said he's going to have a hard time in Hollywood because he'll get caught up in the Hollywood glitz and glamour. He'll have a hard time with it. I'm just telling you what he told me, so I'm throwing that. You guys told me LeBron's coming back with a vengeance. Will AD have a hard time in the glitz and glitter of Hollywood?
He got a place out there. I think he out there in Thousand Oaks. He's way out there, long way from the glitz.
Wow, that
but
would
he got
last
a place
long.
here too.
I think he's going to learn a lot from LeBron.
I hope so.
And I think the number one thing he's going to learn is taking care of your body.
Okay.
Because we know he's been injury prone. That's
Oh,
Anthony.
Skip.
He's going to learn that from LeBron. There's a reason. It's not just to get to the Lakers that he went with Clutch. He sees how they do business. I think those guys will be good for him in terms of helping him mature as well. And
You know what he's
handle
also going to
that
learn? If LeBron struggles, he, AD, will take all the heat.
Well,
Watch.
guess what? If LeBron-
Watch.
if
It's
what-
always the case.
If which that doesn't very happen, I mean, I can count the time on both hands in 16 years in which you struggle. But when LeBron might have an off night, we got 6'10" and a half that we know that averages for a career 26, 12, and 2.5.
He's only 6'10"?
Can I interest you in that?
That's not dominating size, right? I mean, that's not exactly Kareem size.
I have to say, Charles Barkley agrees with you. He says they are not
Aha.
an absolute lock.
Oh,
And
that might be the only thing.
roster-
No, please, no.
When you look at that roster, if you count AD, 6 players right now. So certainly some big holes to fill.
Oh, we're going to feel it.
You're
Pat
gonna feel
Feel it.
Pat
Yep.
Beverly.
It'll be fun to watch.
Ready.
Either way, Chris, thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate it. All right, will the Raptors convince Kawhi to stay in Toronto, or will he be in play for some of these
Good
other
question.
teams? We'll discuss that one up next. Kawhi and Leonard led Toronto to their first NBA title last week, and during the course of that, earned Finals MVP honors. But Kawhi can now become a free agent in a few weeks. Here's Fred VanVleet on trying to keep Kawhi in Toronto.
There's nothing more that we can do. I mean, we've done it. The city's done it. This franchise done it. The coaches have done it. The teammates have done it. We've done our job. He came here and did what he was supposed to do. So he brought this city a championship, and I think he's earned his freedom in his career to do what he wants to do, and we'll all respect and admire him. And if he's on another team, then we'll just have to kick his ass next year. But hopefully he'll be back.
Earned his freedom. Shannon, what do you think about VanVleet's comments? Do you like them?
Skip, I agree with everything he just said. There's nothing more he can do. The year went better. I don't care what Kawhi Leonard said about coming in there when it was reported that he called Kyle Lowry and said, "I know you're disappointed that they traded your best friend, but I'm gonna come in there and let's work and let's do this." The year went better than they had possibly hoped for. They came up with a plan of how they were going to work with Kawhi, how they were going to treat his injury, the quad injury, He wasn't going to play back-to-back. Skip, they've given him, as Vanvleet mentioned in that soundbite, they've done everything they can do. Kawhi Leonard probably, when they go on the road, he probably has the presidential suite. Whomever he wants to travel on the team plane, be it Uncle Dennis, Aunt Susan, Cousin Mary, they're probably on the plane. They've done everything. His teammates have been more than accommodating. Even when they were wide open and Kawhi didn't pass him the ball, they was like, that's a great shot, Kawhi. They've been over backwards for him. There's nothing else they can do. As he mentioned, Kawhi has earned the right by bringing this team a title, by being a free agent. He's played out his contract. He's earned the right to do what he's going to do. Skip, but I do believe this, excuse me, winning that title makes it a lot harder. Also, what makes it harder? Turning down 5 years, 191, as opposed to going on the open market, getting 4 years for 140. Now,
So that's about $50 million less.
Plus the $30 million that he lost from not getting the 215 from San Antonio. So now, Skip, you're looking at a possible $80 million swing.
Okay.
Given his injury history, I don't know if you can bypass that. Say, you know what, I'll go somewhere else, sign a one-year deal, and then I can sign a longer-term deal with more money. I don't know if Kawhi is going to be willing to roll the dice given his injury history. I think there's a better chance. I think there's a 60-40 chance he stays in Toronto because they can keep this thing together at least for one more year. All Marc Gasol has to do is pick up his player option. The only other guy that's free is Danny Green. Other than that, they bring back Siakam. Anunoby comes back. Serge Ibaka is there. Vanvleet just re-signed his contract. So they can keep this thing together for one more year. Skip, I don't know if I'm Kawhi, I'd do a one-year deal and let's wait and see. Given his injury history, I'm going to go and swoop this 5 for 191. I'm going to go and stay up in Toronto.
You're going to stay for 5 years?
Yeah.
Want to bet on this?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. That's what you would do?
That's what I would do, given my injury history.
Okay.
He missed 73 games. He missed another 22 this year. You mentioned how many times? 5 games here, 8 games there, 10 games. That's a lot of games, Skip.
You make many good points. In fact, you make about 80 million good points across the table. I believe number 2 will stiff the Raptors just the way he stiffed the Spurs.
It's not stiffing.
Yeah, it is. It's stiffing. He just needed some place to land for a year, and it all fell into place. It was all meant to be. Embiid got sick, and he got hurt. And then Clay got hurt, and then Kevin Durant got really hurt, and that was the end of that deal. And you know and I know, if Klay Thompson had not gone down in Game 6, we would have had a Game 7, and we'd be sitting here today talking about the new NBA champions. No, it's the old NBA champions.
No.
It'd be the Golden State Warriors.
Kawhi wouldn't let that happen.
You
Kawhi would have let that happen now.
At home?
No.
Boy, he stunk it up and disappeared at home a whole bunch. Played much better on the road. So, I cannot tell you how impressed I was by what I listened to this whole soundbite. Fred VanVleet has become the unsung leader of this team. He was the closer for this team. Hubie Brown made a case that he should have been the Finals MVP for this team because of the two-way job that he did, one on Steph Curry and also on making all the big fourth-quarter shots on offense. And I loved how he laid this out because it sounded to me like he was a little tired of this narrative of we're going to crawl and we're going to beg Kawhi because they've been crawling and begging this whole year long. And they've been giving him all that he wanted to all your points. You want this? You want this? And it even went so far.
So we tired of kissing your butt, Kawhi. What you gonna do?
Yeah. And what was the dining thing downtown? Kawhi and Dine Him or whatever it was called. You know,
never have to
the
pay
initiative
for,
where you never have to pay for another meal. And then Siakam seemed a little offended because he was talking about somebody supposedly gave him a house or a lot.
A penthouse.
A penthouse. And Siakam said, well, where's my house? And he was kind of half kidding, but he was half kidding.
Bruh.
He's like, well, wait a second. I'm pretty good too. Do I get a house?
Yeah, you was here the past 2 years. You got swept.
Well, he was.
That's what they took. They took your house away from you. You could have had one had you not gotten swept the previous 2 years.
Okay. So my favorite line of yesterday came from Fred VanVleet when we just saw it. That if number 2 is on another team, then we just have to kick his ass next year. And he chuckled because everybody else started chuckling. But when he said it, he didn't mean it with the smile.
Dude,
he wasn't kidding about it.
Hold on, Skip. My memory's a little foggy here because you know I've been celebrating. You know, I was on that amnesia. A couple of hits of that thing, and you forget everything you ever knew. Was Fred VanVleet on those two teams that got swept by LeBron? The only team that had a superstar, and they got swept.
He was an undrafted free agent
And he was
in his first 2 years.
And guess what?
Okay?
He was an undrafted free agent in year 3. And guess what he would have been? He would have been an undrafted free agent in year 3, not without a title, had they not got Kawhi. You should get mad. See, what you tried to do.
Wait, did LeBron James make the playoffs his first 2 years? I can't remember.
No, hold on. Talk about Skip.
I'm foggy because I took some of that amnesia last night.
We're going to talk about LeBron a little later. I'm talking about right now, Skip, because what you guys tried to do, y'all tried to jettison him. What you tried to do in your Spurs, y'all tried to send him to Siberia. But what he did was set up shop and found oil. And guess what? He struck it rich.
Did he?
Yeah, on Jed Clampett.
Well, is he going to strike it rich again in Toronto, or is he coming to either L.A. or New York? Because I'm not ruling out where Uncle Dennis lives up in New Jersey, so you got Nets, Knicks.
You better not rule out that purple and gold.
Okay.
Oh, you be sick. Skip, you be sick, Skip.
What's he going to do? Play for free for the purple
No,
and gold?
he ain't gonna play
I know
for
he
free.
grew up a Laker fan.
No.
But is that what
he
you're
get
going
all
to do?
23. You get it all 23.
Yeah.
All 23. That's the that 23.7, the cap space we got. And we can make some assurances under the table.
Well, if he said, I will come if you can get AD to waive his trade kicker, you know, the $4 million, because I want his $4 million.
Okay.
Then
we
would you do that?
Yeah, we do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're going to
AD be happy with that?
Yeah, AD going to get
As a
205
clutch
next year.
client, would he fire his representation over that? He might.
Hold on. The best representation AD's ever had was one Rich Paul. Because AD made it abundantly clear he no longer wanted to be in New Orleans and he wanted to come to LA. And he felt the guy that could bet. Skip, you know how this thing go. When if you're divorced, if you get a divorce in Beverly Hills, you go Marty Singer, you go see Laura Wasserman. That's what you do. You go get the best.
Do
the
you?
man wanted to leave
How
New
do you know the
Don't
best?
worry about all this, what I know. He wanted the best. He says, I want to leave New Orleans. And I want to go to this destination or that destination. Let me think who can get me there. Oh, one Richie Paul. He's small in stature, Skip. But you know what? He's on the cover of Sports Illustrated, hovering all large.
And it says Kingmaker, because he
King!
made LeBron James
There you
everything
go.
that he is today.
There you go. See, you always trying to sow dissension.
Well, that's what it said.
But the 5 horsemen, we won't let you come between us.
Are you the 5th horse?
Yeah, I'm the 5th one. It's LeBron, Rich, Randy, Mav, and Shannon. The 5 horsemen, we ride tough.
Well,
Great
so
stuff,
what did I tell you about crime pays, as in basketball crime? But guess what? It doesn't pay financially for number 2 because now he's going to move for a second time and his salary is just going to plummet. So maybe he should have stayed in San Antonio.
Oh,
all
no,
along.
because you didn't want to give him max. You said he wasn't a max player.
We're going to have to leave this one here because you guys could go back and forth over this all morning. One other thing that came out of that VanVleet press conference yesterday, turns out he played in those finals with a sprained thumb.
Yep.
Possibly going to see a specialist about that. All right, coming up next year on Undisputed, will LeBron and AD become one of the best duos in Lakers history?
Yeah.
We'll discuss that one up next.
No mercy.
All right, after that blockbuster trade this weekend, LeBron taking to Instagram, he posted this. AD on the way. Let's get it, bro. Just the beginning. #Lake Show. Shannon, I know you love the move, but how do you think AD will actually fit with LeBron?
I think it'd be great. How can you not? Anytime it's a beautiful relationship, Skip, baby, you know, all they start, ride with me. I'm going places. I want you to come along with me. That's what I told a lot of people. You know, some of them, they got lost along the way, and they didn't want what I wanted.
So you're speaking for LeBron, right?
I'm speaking for LeBron. Okay. He's an AD.
Yeah.
I'm going places, bro. And I know you want to go where I've been. But I'm going to go back there again, and I'm going to need you to come on with me. This is going to be beautiful. Every relationship starts out. Gonna be a little rocky, Skip. I mean, we're just not gonna hit the floor running. There's gonna be an argument here. You know, been a relationship, you've been an argument here or there.
What about?
Sometimes, hey, you missed me on that one. The right pick, you didn't set the pick hard enough, or you wasn't right where you're supposed to be. But that's okay. That's okay.
LeBron can be very demanding, and sometimes he demands on social media, which is sometimes offensive to the second stars.
That's not going to be offensive. We expect greatness. That's what Anthony Davis wants. He demands and expects greatness out of himself, and this is the first time that Anthony Davis might actually be playing with a guy that's better than him. That's never happened before in Anthony Davis' career, Skip. Can you believe that?
Well, yeah, I can.
Okay, well, guess what?
Record's sub 500.
No. So even on those sub 500 teams, was he not the best player on that
Sure
team?
he was.
Okay.
I hope he was.
Okay.
Although DeMarcus was there for a while,
Boogie,
and it got debatable.
Who debating?
I don't know. I'm debating.
Yeah,
I
it
love DeMarcus.
must have been you and you.
Yeah.
Because they no debate.
So I think their games will mesh if we're just talking about X's and O's beautifully.
Beautiful.
Because, again, he can set picks. They can pick and roll. LeBron can drive it the way he can drive it the way nobody else has ever been able to drive it. He can dish it out because Anthony can shoot mid-range jump shots.
And got three-point range.
He's got some range. I think they should quell some of that, but he's got some. My biggest question is, who will be the closer? Because, again, AD has never had closer gene in him, neither has LeBron.
Yes, he does.
LeBron left, 10, 12 games on the table last year that he could have closed and was unable to? Who started becoming the closer when they were right, like around Christmas Day when they were still riding high at 20 and 14? Kuzma did. So I'm happy for you that you kept Kuzma because he might just become the designated shot maker down the stretch for this team.
He's not going to be the designated anything. He might be the designated driver when we go out one night or something like that. That's the only thing we designating him for.
Designated driver to the basket in big clutch situations.
First of all, he can't get to the basket better than AD or LeBron. Second of all, you and I both know the best clutch shooter in playoff basketball history is you know who. But I don't want to get into that. We're talking about AD and we're talking about LeBron.
I don't want to talk about Michael Jordan today.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
Okay, so here's the other issue that you will not address because you're afraid to address
What am I afraid to address?
Everywhere LeBron has been, there has become a scapegoat to his quote-unquote GOAT because the media overprotects LeBron James. So if it goes wrong for LeBron, somebody has to pay. And the somebody was the whole roster the first time in Cleveland. Then in Miami, it was always poor Chris Bosh. He just took the brunt of It's his fault. He's not holding up his 1/3 of the deal.
Okay, well, who's the third guy? It won't be AD?
Then who was it in Cleveland the second time around? Oh, Kevin Love. How many days did I have to hear you come in and say, what is Kevin Love doing? What is he thinking?
Yeah. What is Kevin Love doing making $22 million giving me 10 and 4? Okay. What the hell was he doing?
There you go.
But AD,
there you go.
All I know is AD is 26, 12, 2.5. Rolling out of his bed.
That's about to change.
Oh, what you going to change?
Yeah.
Hold on. D-Wade averaged 25 and a half with LeBron his first year there.
Okay.
I believe Anthony Davis every bit of the talent that D-Wade is.
Yeah, just watch. Watch LeBron's first cryptic post about if I just had enough help, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, just watch. He will do it. You know it.
He will not do that.
Then it depends on how does Anthony deal with it. Does he rise up? Will it inspire him, or will it deflate him?
The only thing
will he become anti-LeBron?
The only thing Anthony Davis needs to worry about is that when I'm sitting courtside yelling my lungs out, because I will be at the Skip. Last year I said I was going to be there because LeBron, but they started the season on the road and they kind of lost some of that. If they do not open the first game at home, Adam Silver, you're going to hear from me, but I'm going to be there.
You're going to wear your goat mask? Or I should say your gloat mask?
I might just do that, Skip.
Okay.
I might just do that with my jersey.
That would be a sight. You get some TV time, as if you're not on TV enough.
I'll tell you this. I've covered Anthony Davis for 7 years, and he's one of the most unselfish
Unselfish.
superstars
Talk to
you'll
him,
ever
Jen.
meet. He cares about winning, not who shoots it.
He cares about winning, Skip. You hear Jen? Now, Jen is a New Orleans native.
Yep.
She's heard that Anthony Davis requested out, and she still defended him.
He's not
Good
in
job,
New Orleans
Jen.
anymore.
And up next, my favorite topic of the day. Can't wait to hear these two's take on it. Can the Pelicans actually be a sleeper team in the West?
Maybe.
I think so, but they're going to discuss it up next.
No mercy.
Time for our final topic of the day. The Pelicans certainly are getting a lot back in the Anthony Davis trade, including Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks. They are expected to also add Zion Williamson on Thursday. Shannon, please think carefully about this question. How good will the Pelicans be next season?
Not good enough to make the playoffs.
Oh.
Now, somebody that might take a step back in the Western Conference, I ain't gonna call them name, they play in Texas, San Antonio. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Talking about the Mavericks? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
They don't play in San Antonio.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
48 wins made the playoffs last year. You guys are not getting, sorry, Jen, you're not getting the 40 wins. They'll be better, they'll be entertaining, but they're going to miss the playoffs again.
So if they do re-sign Julius Randle, which I think is a distinct possibility, and they do flip that number 4 overall pick for a proven player, I don't know who it might be. We'll wait and see in the next 48 hours because I think we'll hear then. all of a sudden you got the best defensive backcourt in basketball and Lonzo and Drew Holiday. I could see that being the surprise team in the West. I could see the 8th seed. I could see a playoff team next year.
Well, we know who's going to be the number 1 seed, don't we, Skip? We know who's going to be the number 1 seed, don't we, Skip?
Golden State?
Stop playing.
I don't know.
Lakers.
Okay.
Over under. The Vegas probably said the over under at 56 games.
Great
Over under.
stuff today,
I'm
gentlemen.
going over.
And Skip, thank you. We appreciate
Over.
it. That's it for us tonight. We will be back tomorrow morning.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports, one of one.